Hello and welcome back to How Will I Die with Nicholas Howe. Today I have a special guest with me. Her name is Abby. Say hi, Abby.
Hi, Abby.
Okay. Abby is a... What do you do?
I'm a senior in college. I'm gonna go to law school next year.
Gross.
I'm a swimmer. I love pickles the most. And I play D&D with you, so that's what I do.
Okay.
That's it.
Abby also does art stuff.
I do special effects and just normal makeup.
Which is pretty cool. So we're going to jump into this in a second, but Abby, what's your... real quick, what's your Instagram handle?
My Instagram handle is @Abby'sArtZone. You will find all of my artwork there.
Okay. It's very good, and I highly recommend checking it out. So today's episode, we have to set up the stats for the Nicholas and just kind of what he's about, so we can add him to our Barbie doll collection of Nicholases.
I mean, we're shopping in Walmart right now mentally, the Walmart of boys, and I think we need a boy.
A boy.
A small, like a young boy.
A small Nicholas. Okay. So
8
years old.
8.
God. Okay. So our Nicholas today is 8 years old. What's his occupation?
Being a boy.
Okay, so boy Nicholas. Got it.
He's in school.
He
sells weird stuff to his neighbors. He's like a lemonade stand.
He makes his own lemonade, but he has no lemons.
It's just 8.
It's just water, and he puts stuff in it, and he's like,
it's like Chris' mom's like Crystal Light, and he takes it.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. And we need a location. This location has to be very specific to a type of lake.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can do where
we can just say lake.
We can do where I live.
Okay.
Yeah, Lake Tillery, North Carolina.
Don't stalk her, please.
It's a big lake. I don't know how you're gonna find me.
Listen. If I can find a lake, I'll find a person.
Well, that's what the cops say.
All right. How does this Nicholas get to this lake? Let's start there.
Do you want to have him like live on the lake, or do you want to have him? Yeah.
All right.
So he lives on the lake.
So this little boy Nicholas.
I'm picturing my house, like my childhood. This is my Nixona, actually.
Yeah.
Past.
Okay. So what is this house look like? Go ahead and describe it for me.
Well, now people are going to be able to find the house.
It's hope
really
so.
Nice. My dad redid it.
Red door.
Wait, yes. How do you know?
I was doing a bit from oh god, what's
My
the
Nightmares?
Movie? Yeah,
What?
Basically. No, there's a movie. It's an Adam Sandler movie, Mr. Deeds, I think, where Keira Knightley or Natalie Portman, I get the two confused.
I love her.
Are doing a scene with Adam Sandler, and they're like, "Oh, I grew up in this small town, and my house had a red door," and then he goes to the house in that small town. He's like, "This is your childhood home."
Well, yeah, you could potentially do that now.
Yeah, we're doing that apparently.
It is a red door.
All right, so it's a red door.
Blue roof.
Blue roof.
Wait, my dad's colorblind, actually.
Blue roof, green outside paint,
yes,
yellow inside. Got it.
It's a setup for a riddle. And then the boathouse has a blue roof too.
Okay.
A blue tin roof.
There's a boathouse. That's dope.
Yes. Our boat lives there.
It lives there.
Yeah.
Nice. Little boy Nicholas is living on the lake, and he's just chilling. It's a summer day, let's say.
Yeah.
He's walking around the lake, and he's with his little pals, his lake pals. Mm-hmm. Is that a thing? Do you guys have lake pals?
No, all my pals are lake pals.
I'm not a lake pal.
You will be when you go to my house.
You're right. And they're just playing around for a little bit. What's a typical lake game that they can do?
Oh, like in the water?
Yeah, I don't know what a
I
lake
would say
game
like,
is.
Well, no, it's valid. Like a paddle board kind of a thing.
Okay.
Or maybe they're like trying to see how like far they can go down in the water. Maybe he's playing mermaids. That's what I did when I was younger.
Okay. Yep, he is. He's 100% playing mermaids.
I guess.
There was definitely a point where I wanted to be a mermaid as a kid, so...
That's valid, and I think everyone experiences that.
Yeah. It was definitely Little Mermaid inspired.
Oh, 100%. Mine was H2O, Just Add Water.
I did watch H2O, actually.
I watch it every year.
God. Have you seen the whole series?
Yeah,
it's like
and
3
Mermaids.
different series.
Yeah. Oh, I'm keenly aware.
God.
This is our H2O Just Add Water fan
Yeah.
podcast.
This week, we're talking about the Mako Mermaids. I don't know enough about H2O to actually talk about it at all. But
I could mess up an H2O Just Add Water fan podcast. I'm thinking about that. Like the numbers are flying in my head. Like what small demographic would actually listen to this?
None. There would be like 30 people constantly listening to it. So Nicholas and his little pals. Let's name some little pals. There's Jeffrey,
Danny,
and Paulette.
I love Paulette. Okay.
I
All
love
right, that's
Paulette.
good. All right.
And they're chilling by the lake, and so
Story.
they're playing these lake games. Past the turtle.
Mermaids.
Oh yeah, mermaids. I forgot we chose it. The dog fucked me up. And
They're like swimming out to the buoy
okay,
and collecting. They're pretending to collect like starfish earrings.
yeah, definitely. And I know for a fact, little me watched Survivor.
Oh yeah.
So they were like trying to see who could get out to the buoy and back quick enough. But at some point, this lake, it wasn't like human formed. It was actually based on a crater
Okay.
that filled with water.
Cool.
And with that comes like some problems, obviously.
Right.
And one of those problems is that it has a chance to explode,
Okay.
which it hasn't done in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Until today.
Oh God.
And so what happened is this water started bubbling on top, and the kids are all like,
Paulette.
"Oh, this is so cool." Yeah, Paulette. Sorry. Suddenly there's like a thunk out of the water, and these children are sitting there watching as this 80-foot wave of all lake water comes at them. What? How does Danny react? to that?
Danny like tries to swim back to shore or tries to swim back to the boathouse.
Okay.
But they're just not fast enough. These kids are eight goddamn years old. There's
Between
no way
8
their
and
legs.
7 and 8, there is no way that they're making it back.
No.
I didn't expect you to make children.
Or one of them say like, "Oh, that's a big one. Let's go surfing."
Yeah, definitely Nicholas would be like, I can do it.
I get body surfing time.
I've never been to an ocean with real waves, but I've been to the lake on my boogie board.
I've watched Surf's Up.
Yeah, exactly.
I know how the penguins do it.
This 80-foot basically tsunami takes these kids and just slams them. It takes them like far on the land. Luckily enough, though, they actually survived that somehow. Most of them do, at least.
Which ones?
Jeffrey doesn't, sadly.
Oh,
Jeffrey died in that instant. But this isn't about Jeffrey.
This
is about Paulette and Nicholas, I guess, but mainly Paulette.
That's very accurate.
And so Paulette, Nicholas, and Danny are like running. Nicholas's parents came out of the house and they're like freaking out. It's two parents, which is wild. For some reason, I decided that. I don't have two parents, so this is a weird timeline for Nicholas. They came out and they're like, "Oh no, that's wild." You know how people react to tsunamis?
Oh no. Jeffrey, oh no.
Oh, Jeffrey.
No, your legs are gone. Oh
God.
The tsunami ate them.
No. There was a shark in the tsunami too.
Sharknami. That's our
Sci-fi
IP.
buy
That's our
this.
IP. That's our IP.
We have to brand it.
We own Sharknami.
And so what's gonna happen now is the water is cleared out of the lake, pretty much. It's pretty low, but there's something coming out of the lake actually. And as Paulette kind of looks over, she's completely drenched and she's like coughing up water. She probably like hit a tree too, which sucks. Concussion, yeah. That's not gonna matter in a moment, because what she sees is this like cloud basically coming up out of the water, and that cloud is made up of carbon dioxide.
Oh heck!
Because the explosion at the bottom of the lake was a limnic eruption.
What?
Don't read that.
Limnic.
Don't read my notes. Limnic. The Limnicless eruption.
The Limnic killed Nick.
Yeah. And so what happens is this bubble of carbon dioxide got released into the atmosphere. Not atmosphere, just the air itself. And Paulette and Danny and lastly Nicholas all breathed it in. Horrifying. but it happens, actually.
It happens?
Happened.
This is real?
This is real. Well, yeah, all these stories are based on real facts.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so Nicholas is dead in this one at the loving, tender age of 8.
At the hands of...
Limnic.
That's my favorite kind of poetry.
What? I hate you. I hate you so much. Here are the facts. We have an 8-year-old little boy, Nicholas, who sells aid. Bad. Okay, sorry, Crystal Aid. That sounds even worse.
The new drug on the streets.
New drug, Crystal Aid. We're in Lake, what did you say?
Oh, I said Lake Tillery.
Tillery.
But hey, Abby here. Lake Tillery is a man-made lake. It's not gonna explode, but I am definitely gonna think about this next time I'm there this weekend. I'm gonna be very nervous getting in the water.
I hope that nothing bad happens to you.
I'm gonna die.
We'll
vis-a-vis a limerick poem.
So it's this point of the show where we decide. Obviously, it's past the sell-by date of 8 years old, but. Is this a possibility of happening to me?
I mean, defo not when you're 8 years old.
Okay.
Unless time travel gets figured out pretty quick.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this one's got time travel. Sci-fi is continuing.
This would be a weird thing to go back in time to. Like, I barely missed it the last time, and I go back to when I'm 8 and get it this time.
I think that there's not many lakes you're going to go to that have this pocket of carbon dioxide under it. Especially not ones that are going to have, like, people at and all that.
Yeah.
So not super likely, but also geology, man.
Yeah.
Shit's buck wild.
Never know nowadays.
You never know what kind of air pockets people got under their lakes.
Okay. Out of 10, we have to get this a rating. I'm going with a 4 on this
one. No, I was going to say 4 too.
Okay. So, sorry for little boy Nicholas.
Tragic.
And Paulette. I feel worse about Paulette than myself in this alternate universe.
I feel worse about Danny. I have a friend named Danny. I thought just you were gonna die.
No, sometimes there's collateral deaths. Sometimes when I'm watching it through the crystal glass.
Sometimes a tsunami just.
Sometimes a tsunami comes out of a lake and kills a bunch of people. So we're gonna take a quick break. Go to the.
We're going.
Go into the pause section.
I love that. Let's go.
And we'll be back in a minute.
Heck yeah.
Welcome to the break. We're going to do some plugs real quick for you. So, Abby has some plugs for you. Let's go ahead and hear them, Abby.
What are we plugging? I'm just
Whatever
kidding.
you want.
I'm just kidding. I've seen that episode of SpongeBob. Okay, so I would like to plug first and foremost, once again, my art Instagram, which is at Abby's Art Zone, and my normal Instagram, which is at Abby_house. And the O is a 0, and the E is a 3. Sorry. And I'm also going to be plugging a good friend of mine's new YouTube channel she just started. It's a lot about self-care, and it talks about mental health and just struggles that a lot of people, especially college students, I think can really relate to. But any young adult, I think, could really benefit from following it. It is Samantha K. Davis on YouTube, and it's just spelled like it sounds.
And then I'm going to go ahead and promo a podcast. It's going to be CSI Neverwinter. They're a very fun group of guys who their host, or their DM, Scott, is a really great guy. They do this thing where all of their characters are real people who came into the D&D universe. And sometimes they'll like go back and forth between the universes. And it's incredible, and I love the characters. There's a goblin named Droop, which I absolutely love, and you'll love him as soon as you meet him. And they're just really great guys. They're also always respondent on Twitter, which is why I know so much about Scott. And he's just a great guy in general. So check out at CSI Neverwinter on iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts, and follow them on Twitter because you're gonna hear from them there. And that's it for the promos. We're gonna go back and talk about the history of this incident.
This horrible accident.
This horrible thing. So this event actually didn't happen specifically in Lake whatever you said.
Yeah, thank God I lived there.
Yeah. So this happened at Lake Nyos in Cameroon. And what happened is in 1986, almost 1,800 people died
Oh my
from
gosh.
from the gas at the bottom of the lake. So basically, what happened was there was a pool of magma 50 miles below the surface, and dangerous gases had been building and collecting at the bottom of the crater lake. And then on August 21st, 1986, a Limnic eruption, not Limerick, but Limnic
Close.
eruption unleashed a murderous bubble of carbon dioxide, which expanded.
The dirty bubble from SpongeBob?
Yes, the dirty
Oh my
bubbles from
gosh, I knew
SpongeBob
it.
popped.
Oh,
And it released over a bunch of villages. The deep water layer basically became saturated with dissolved gas because normally the water like moves the gases upwards and they're safely given out, but because it bubbled up, it happened. It was most likely due to a landslide that happened that kind of moved the water, but it displaced the water and allowed the gas to come out. The tsunami that actually happened was 82 feet, and some water was shot up in a geyser up to 250 feet, which is wild. And that cloud of carbon dioxide went about 15 miles away.
I've seen that happen when I mix up my soda too much.
I
Pop
hope
that top
not.
and it goes wild.
Think of that, but in a lake, and it killed people.
People, yup.
1,800 people
Oh my
died.
gosh, that's so recent. I
Yeah.
mean, that's
1986 is
however many years ago.
40 years
Math.
ago, I think.
Oof.
30 years
English
ago?
majors here.
I don't know,
both of
yeah.
us.
But that's wild, right?
So much.
I couldn't do it.
Well, you did.
I did
We
it.
did. We both.
We did do it, and we did
Yeah.
it specifically with children.
Oh, with children.
God, we're horrible people.
You said lake, and I was like, ooh, I know about lakes.
Yep. Well, did you know about this one?
No, I had no idea about this one.
Yeah.
That is a bizarre way to meet your end. Have there ever been any other incidents like this? They can record in history?
They're very rare, but they do happen in other places. This is
Yeah.
just the most recent one.
Mm-hmm.
And it does specifically happen with crater lakes rather
Right.
than man-mades
Right.
because they're closer to the lava and whatever.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm not a scientist.
oh, neither of us are.
Yeah, so that's a sad fact of our life that this happened within recent history.
I know, that's crazy.
But yeah. Today's Spam Slam is a fun little one.
So it's kind of sexy.
It's kind of sexy, and that's the mood apparently this episode is going for. With all the
No, it's not.
God.
It's not.
That was the worst thing you could have said. And
I
then
think that-
I followed up by the worst thing I could have said.
I think that the mood for the spam slam is sexy.
All right. Spam Slam, sexy. The rest of the show, sad.
Opposite of sexy.
Paulette, sad, sad, sad.
Sad.
Nicholas,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that tracks.
So today's Spam Slam comes to you from an anonymous person because they didn't sign their name. But we're just going to go ahead and get into it.
Bethany.
It's from Bethany. I guess you're wondering why you're receiving this email, right?
Yeah.
It would be highly beneficial to your privacy if you didn't ignore it.
Oh.
I've placed a malware on an adult website. Oh, porn site. It says that. Or porn site. And as you visited and watched the video, your device has been affected, placing a spyware on your machine, which has recorded you both with webcam and screen capture while you had your fun time,
Oh my god, it got me hitting my meat.
allowing me to see exactly what you see.
I forgot the word beat.
This has also affected your smartphone via an exploit. So do not think for 1 minute you can circumvent this by reinstalling your OS. You have already been recorded. After that, my malware collected all your messengers, emails, and social networks contacts. I guess this isn't good news, right?
Right?
But don't worry too much. There is a way we can fix this privacy issue. All I require is Bitcoin payment of $750 USD, which I think is fair price considering the circumstances.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the rate exactly, but it seems about right.
It gives an address to make the payment to, which I'm not going to read for
That's a
some reason.
lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, I don't understand. But I don't understand Bitcoin, but if I don't, he gives instructions on what to do.
Shoot, how to do Bitcoin.
If you don't understand Bitcoin, go on YouTube and search for it, how to buy Bitcoiny, or Google for local Bitcoins. It's pretty easy to do. To do it. Yeah. Damn.
And what if you responded and you were like, hey, I don't get it. YouTube,
I don't understand.
Bitcoiny.
Well, you only have 48 hours after reading this email to send payment. Be warned, I know when you have opened and read this email, I have placed a pixel image inside it, which enables me to know when you have opened the message on exactly what day and time.
Do I look like I know what a pixel image is?
If you decide to ignore this email, I will have no choice but to forward the video to all the collected contacts you have on your personal email account,
Grandma.
as well as post on your social media accounts and send as a personal message to all your Facebook contacts, and of course, make the video publicly available on internet via YouTube and adult sites. It would not be allowed on YouTube.
Yeah, you demonetized immediately.
Considering your reputation, I highly doubt you want to be exposed to your family, friends, coworkers during this current time.
That's a lot to assume about my reputation with my family. Then my parents would be like, yep. That
makes sense, actually.
That's okay.
You can actually go to the police, but these people will likely not do anything. The most significant stuff they can do is lock my wallet, and you will deprive other people from the opportunity to pay me. So think twice before doing foolish things. Don't lock my wallet.
Such as locking my wallet. Is that what Bitcoin is? Like, do you
I
have it in a wallet?
I have no clue what Bitcoin is. I don't understand it. I'm an 85-year-old man.
Literally same. I'm a grandma.
If I receive payment, all the material will be destroyed and you will never hear from me again. If I do not get my funds for virtually any reason.
If there's a death in the family, if you have a doctor's
there is some leeway there for virtually any reason, such as the inability to send cash to a blacklisted wallet. Enye, the Spanish letter N with the Enye on it. Enye, your reputation is going to be wrecked. So make it fast. Do not try to make contact with me because I am using a victim email that was hacked and exposed.
A victim email.
If you do not believe and want proof, just reply to this email with proof, and I will send your video to 5 of your contacts via email and post to your Facebook wall, in which you will be able to remove it once, not forever.
At once, not forever.
Once. You can remove it once.
One time.
So are you going to pay him?
I don't know what Bitcoin. What is Bitcoiny?
750 Bitcoin.
Grandma's gonna see my butt.
Search on Google. Search on YouTube.
Search on YouTube. I'm like frantically, how to Bitcoin. I need to know. How to Bitcoin.
He specifically says how to Bitcoin. Search how to Bitcoin.
How to Bitcoin. Grandma's gonna hack me. Oh my god.
My grandma's gonna see my booty. How Bitcoin.
That's what I do when I'm on a pornographic site. It's booty time.
I think that's going to be it for this episode of How Will I Die?
Obviously, via not giving 750 Bitcoiny to some...
I'm going to die of social death. I don't know. Sadness.
I mean, I don't know. I'd be like, okay. Like, whatever.
Yeah,
life's
honestly,
weird enough.
I would be okay with people...
I feel like life's weird. I'd be like, look at people. Look at me in the eye. Like, you know...
Well, they won't be able to look you in the eye after that. At all.
That is accurate. Look at me in my like ear. Like, come on, look at me.
God. That's going to be it for this episode. Thank you, Abby, for showing up today.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. I've been Nicholas Howe, and
I have.
This has been Abby.
I've been Abby.
Have you been Abby?
No, I'm
Are
a
you
lizard.
sure?
I'm a lizard
Oh my
person.
God. I'm being attacked. And like I always say at the end of every episode that I can't remember right now, don't worry about the inevitable. Focus on the possibilities.
Welcome to the show, kids. And that show is called How Will I Die, where we explore how we might die. You might think that I sound different. My name is Nick. I had a voice transplant.
And I'm Abby.
This is good audio.
This is bad. We're going to restart.
Yeah, we are.
That's going to go at the very end.
Can you please stop it?